Hello, true believers. I hope you are well. Are you beautiful? Because I am beautiful and so are you. So let's go ahead and talk about today. And it's not going to be anything nerd wise. Well, it kind of is. But I usually put on my Instagram, which you can follow right here, a question for my viewers to kind of see and go from there. So every Sunday I'll put a question out there kind of asking, hey, what do you find about this? Do you like this or do you like this? Do you like this or do you like this? And kind of see what people respond with. So if you want to be a part of that, once again, follow me on Instagram where you can see a bunch of my cosplay stuff, see what I'm working on, and when I get to ask these questions on every Sunday, mind you, you'll see one of these videos afterwards with me answering your question, basically of whatever I can think of at that time and day. So let's go ahead and talk about this one. This one I asked basically, what is your favorite and least favorite trope in anime? Now, I didn't get many, and that's okay, but I will definitely wanted to read some of these responses and give you some kind of answers to your questions. So let's go ahead and get in it. So one of the answers I got was this from Fred Quagos. I messed up your name. I feel so bad. No! I'm just gonna say Fred. I do apologize. But the answer to my question of which is your least favorite and favorite anime trope, and he puts least favorite, too much exposition dialogue. They should adapt, show, don't tell. And that is very true. A lot of anime do that because A, they don't have a lot of budget, and B, they try to extend it out as much as they can. It does get annoying, I do admit that, but it's one of those things where it's kind of like they have to put as much as they can just in case, because afterwards they don't really have the time to really explain that down the road, even though they'll have moments where they're explaining the whole fight scene and you're just sitting there going, well, no. At least I'm not lost. This next answer comes from Mitsumu Kurai, saying the least favorite trope that she has is the will they, won't they trope. Yes, I hate this trope. I also do hate this trope as well, especially if it ends in a cliffhanger. That is the most frustrating thing ever. It is like you're sitting there going, why are you doing this to me? What did I do wrong for you to do this to me? How can I help you? Help me help you. It's probably my least favorite trope in general, like anime, television, all sorts of other stuff where you're movies, books, where you're just like, do we really have to do this? Is this really necessary? Because we know they're gonna get together. Why are we playing around with this? Come on. Alright, and then from Spidey KO Cosplays says DBC. Yeah, it depends, like, which are we talking about? Like, there's so many different things that you could think about. It's just like, jeez. Okay, the filler episodes is one thing, and then sometimes the other stuff is another thing, and I'm gonna put my hand down, and I'm gonna defend DBZ on one thing. I don't like when some people kind of over exaggerate with DBZ when sometimes they go, oh, it took him 16 episodes to drop a spirit bomb, and I'm like, no, he actually didn't take that long. They're like, no, he totally did. I remember watching it. And I'm like, what? Or like how some of them have taken DBZ Abridged and like applied it to DBZ. While I do love DBZ Abridged, some of its fan base, not the show, but the fan base, holy crap. Ever since they watch it, they're just like, yeah, this is how they actually act. And I'm like, no. And I can't blame DBZ Abridged. It's not their fault. It is not their fault. They were making parody, and yet people took it seriously. So it is on the fans' fault for taking it so seriously. But yeah, I can see that going both ways. It could be, this is really painful. What the hell are you doing? All right, the last answer for this week's Sunday video goes to Orpheus429, bitch boy main character. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I get it. I completely understand why people don't like a lot of the sad, basically Deku. Deku is a great example of, I think, what he's trying to illustrate here. And it's kind of like, yeah, no, I can understand why people don't like these archetype characters, especially in shonen, because when you're reading shonen, a lot of the times you're reading these characters who are trying to are basically the male fantasy characters. That's why I always get in these debates about why people talk about shonen and like why there are no more female characters in it. It was because shonen is aimed to a male audience. It's not saying that females can't enjoy it. They can enjoy it, but it is centric and aimed to a male audience. So to see a main character that is so not so sad boy and very lacking in qualities like unlike Luffy or Goku or Ichigo or Yusuke, or characters like that, it kind of gives you this wrong impression of a lot of the main characters that we have today. I would even put Steven Universe under the BB main characters, and it does show some kind of problem with that. I do have to say it's a double-edged sword. It is kind of good to see characters that are allowed to show emotions, especially male characters. You get to see a dynamic of male characters that are allowed to be able to show a lot of their emotions and be able to open up about their feelings and traumas and things like that. But at the same time, there's a lot of things that has created a problem with that, in my personal opinion, because it focuses so much on those aspects that it kind of takes away from the other aspects. Like, one thing I do appreciate what they've done with, like, say, like a character like Deku, hate him or not hate him, is that you can see that his character growth from this guy that was a whiner to all the way up to this point where he's learned that he has abilities that is going to take a lot more responsibility. Great power comes from great responsibility, and not wanting his friends to get hurt, he has to bear all that responsibility and that burden. And those are great ways to have those kind of character archetypes that can change. But there are characters that are just very obnoxious. I would say, once again, Steven Universe I find personally obnoxious, and it's not because I hate Steven Universe. I just use him as an example because I actually used to like the show a lot when it was first airing. But I use him as an example because it kind of is this archetype that a lot of characters have been, especially male characters, have been written into, where they're not so much masculine, but they're not feminine either. I don't know how to say this without getting myself in trouble, so I'm just gonna shut the fuck up now at this point. But yeah, no, I get it. I do. I hope that me rambling like that helped a little, but yeah. So true believers, do you want to ask me a question? Do you want me? So, true believers, do you want to be part of this? Well, every Sunday, like I said, I will be posting in my story on my Instagram a question, and you can answer it. Just give me any answer you feel like, and I might answer it on the show. Now, let's be very not over the top and be weird, okay? I want us to have a great conversation and just have fun talking about different things. I like this. This is very fun. And it's just very, engaging. So if you want to follow me, my Instagram is right here. I am the King of Dreamers. I am he is me. So if you want to, please go ahead, stop by, say hi, let's have some fun. And most of all, I want to say this to you guys. You guys are beautiful. Thank you guys so much for following me onto this journey so far. It is just the beginning of the road, and it takes many, many, many more steps. I hope to grow this channel into something that is going to be proud for this community, that basically that we could all share and just have fun and really just get back to the main thing in our lives, and it's just having entertainment and just having a good time. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Happy Sunday. Oh.